I send thousands of emails a day and it makes me over $150,000 every single month. And this is not a newsletter that I send to a huge audience because I don't need that for this strategy. I make money with my agency and my agency consulting business by sending emails to complete strangers. And in this video, I'll be showing you how I was able to scale my business from literally zero to multiple 7 figures a year by sending some simple emails. All right, first is what is cold email and how do I monetize it? Sales and marketing is simply about getting in front of people. If you have a great product or a great service, but nobody knows about it, you're never going to actually scale your business. What I do is I send emails to companies to get in front of them. We're able to monetize this by getting the emails of targeted prospects, sending them an email, getting them on a sales call and pitching them our services. And if they're a fit for what we offer, then they will become a client. This strategy consistently books us 2 to 4 calls per day on our calendar and has generated massive contracts for our agency and consulting program. Why did I choose cold email as a way to grow my company? Look, cold email is an effective and efficient low-cost strategy to scale your business. It has very minimal cost to actually get started. And the beautiful thing is, and what I like about it most, is you can scale it without spending an arm and a leg as you scale. You just need more people to send to. And before using cold email, I would rely on referrals, word of mouth, testing out ad strategies, doing cold outbound, sending manual messages. But the problem was it was really unreliable and inconsistent, and it got more expensive as I needed more clients. And sending manual messages was draining, as well as I hit a limit on how many messages I could actually send to people because a lot of the tools that you're probably familiar with have message limits. We needed something that was predictable and, more importantly, was actually scalable. We worked to crack the code on cold emailing, and all I'm really doing is getting a list of prospects who could need my service, which is really simple to do. I'm writing them an email to send to them that appears to be a one-to-one email, not just like an email blast, and I'm offering them something of value. And when they respond, I'm working to book a call with them. And then when I book a call with them, I'm working to actually see if I can help them, see if I can add value to them through our service. And I'm doing this to thousands of people per day. How the heck do we even do this? Well, the first things first is we need something to sell. So if you're watching this, you either have something to sell or you're looking to sell something and you're looking to just make more money using a mechanism like what I'm explaining. The good news is this will work for both camps, and I'm going to help each of you and both of you. So let's just say you are in the camp of you have something to sell. Maybe you're an agency or you're selling some sort of coaching or consulting. First things first is you need to make sure you have a clear offer that provides your customers results. I see so many people go into cold emailing and they're like, oh, we'll post on your social media, we'll run your ads, we'll edit your videos. The problem is this isn't going to speak to anyone and would completely fall flat when using a strategy like this. You need to position your offer correctly. And what I mean by that is we need to have an offer that is for a specific niche and something that gets your clients from their current pain points to their desired outcomes. We need to get clear on this because this is going to be massive when driving our strategy with cold email. Because if we have an offer that's vanilla or blanket or that's really serving nobody, if I'm going to receive an email and you're offering me something that's just vanilla or blanket and not really speaking to me, it's going to end up in the trash folder. Now let's talk to the second camp. If you don't own a business, you also have an incredible opportunity to make more money using something like this. And that's by becoming a salesperson for a product or a service and use this exact strategy that we're talking about. Look, a lot of people these days are like, oh, start an e-commerce business. But the reality is that this is expensive and it's risky and it's a lot of work, which is what we want to avoid. What I would do is I would find a high ticket product or service that's B2B focused and sell it using the frameworks that I'm explaining to you today. Look, I worked with a salesperson who was in our consulting program who's doing this exact strategy for a high ticket service actually that he was selling, and it generated him over $50,000 per month using the same frameworks that we're about to go through today. People will pay you to sell their product, and if it's high ticket, then there will be a high commission on the other side, which means more money for you. And the beautiful thing about this is you literally have no excuse not to make money with this strategy, and you literally take on no risk if you don't have a business. Now that we have our offer and we have something to sell, now it's time to actually get people to sell to, which is what we call building a list. Look, a lot of people do this really wrong. They'll send emails to anyone with a pulse and it ends up going to spam or ends up doing more harm than good because the person that they're sending is not actually the person that they need to be talking to. There are a few ways to build a really solid list that you can send to. First is software. You can use tools like Instantly's Lead Finder, which has millions of B2B contacts that you can download and get access to immediately. These databases literally scrape all of the information on your behalf, and you can use really cool filters like the location, the job title, keywords, and so much more to have a really specific niche and a really specific list that you can then begin to send to. The second way to get really good lists is to buy lists. If you just simply go to Google right now and then you just type in your target customer and email list, lists for sale, there's going to be a lot of list brokers who will sell you a list of leads. And you can scroll through, you can make sure that they're legit. What I would look for is that the emails are verified and they're updated constantly, meaning that it's not a 10-year-old email list. This is super effective mostly for speed because you can just buy a list of a lot of contacts at once. And the third way to get lists is to manually build them. So you can go to a website like upwork.com, and if you just type in like list builder, you can find somebody to manually pull and build lists for you. You can give them like a directory of a bunch of people from a specific website, and they can pull emails, pull specific contacts from those companies. They can go to LinkedIn and find people based on the criteria. You can really get creative on how you want to do it, but that could be a really good option. That would also be affordable. It does take a little bit more time, but the information would be pretty accurate, assuming that they're doing a good job at what they're doing. What's important to know is that you want to make sure that the lists are accurate and verified. When I say verified, I mean that you want to make sure that these emails are going through a verification process, like in Instantly, so that when you do actually upload your leads, you're actually sending to legit emails and they're not 10-year-old emails, or they're just going to end up going in spam, or that person's been fired, whatever it could be. All right, so now that we have the list, it's time for the email copy. And a lot of people get this wrong, so stick with me here because this is super important. When writing email copy, it's important that our emails are branded as not a one-to-many, an email blast, but a one-to-one. Think about it. If you got an email as a business owner that looked like an email blast to a bunch of people, someone trying to sell you something, would you respond? Probably not. It's probably going to go end up in your trash. There are key elements that are needed in your email copy in order for it to actually be effective, get the responses, and ultimately get you more leads so that you can actually grow your business. First is the subject line. Please do not type in your offer in the subject line or give some weird discount or whatever it is. We want to make it seem personal. Something like hi first name or thoughts first name or first name question mark will suffice for this. We want to make it seem like it's like their coworker sending them an email and that they're going to open it and it's going to be something personal to them. Then let's get into the body of it. And really there are a few pieces that make up a good cold email body. First thing first, I always want to start it off with hi first name, hey first name, hello first name. Then we want to have a personalized line. This can be custom. This can be based on location. You can use a tool like Instantly's AI prompts to generate a custom one-liner for you. It can be a compliment, but something that makes the email feel human. This is important. After we have the personalized line, then we have the next section, which is going to be a value proposition, niche, and goal, which is pretty much your offer, which is really important to nail. We want people to read this and think, wow, this is really speaking to me. I'm going to respond. For me, it would be something like we help agencies add 10 new clients and save 30 hours per week using our new era agency protocol so they can go from being an overworked agency owner working in the business to a true CEO working on the business. So I hit on the value prop, the niche, and the goals. If my customer is feeling that type of way, then they're going to respond there and think, oh my gosh, this is speaking to me. Next is going to be the case study. We want to add in proof. Something like we recently helped Josh double his business, build a team, and install systems, and is literally working half as much in his business as a result of this. So what is the proof that we can add to back up the value proposition that we do have? Next is going to be guarantees. So make it a no-brainer for them to respond. Something like the best part is if you don't get 10 new clients and save 30 hours per week using our system, we'll work for free until you do, and we'll send you a $500 Amazon card if it doesn't work. Something along those lines. Something that makes it a no-brainer, gives you conviction, makes the customer feel confident in what you actually have to offer. And then lastly is a call to action. There's really a few different elements of a call to action that you could test out and play with. First could be like a lead magnet. Something like, hey, could I send you over a free course sharing how you could do the same? Asking for permission to send over the lead magnet. And that basically gets someone to raise their hand, and I would follow up with those people after you send the lead magnet, of course. Second is going to be a soft call to action. Could I send you more information on how this all works? And then third would be more of like a hard call to action, which isn't book a call, but more so like a frictionless way to give them an opportunity to book a call. Something like, hey, do you have 15 minutes tomorrow at 1 p.m. to jump on a call? Hey, do you have 15 minutes tomorrow to do a quick demo? Something along those lines. Don't send your Calendly links, please, because that will not work. Nobody's going to do that. So now that we have this dialed in, it is time to automate it. Look, you don't need to send this manually every day. You don't need to slave over sending emails and DMs every day to the point of burnout and hating your business. There are better ways to do this. So we use a tool called Instantly. And what we will do is we'll buy a domain, and each domain will purchase 3 email addresses, which we can simply do inside of Instantly for a pretty low cost. And the cool thing is that each email can handle about 50 emails. So for each domain, we can send about 150 emails every single day. So depending on how many emails you wanted to send, you can literally just scale up from there. So if you wanted to send 1,500 emails a day, you'd buy 10 domains. Then what we do is we install them inside of Instantly and warm them up, which is basically an automated process of slowly sending emails back and forth to build trust with the emails, so that when we do start sending emails, they're actually going to land in the inbox. Because if we just bought emails and started blasting them, they're going to end up in spam. Google's going to say, wait, this is not legit. I'm going to start sending these as spam. And once they're warmed up, we basically, inside of Instantly, we can just launch it and launch the emails that we already wrote and have it automatically send to the leads that we already got. And all of the responses are going to go into one inbox inside of Instantly, and it's super easy to manage. I can see analytics by campaign. I can test different angles. I can see all the analytics overall. All I really need to do is respond to the people that are actually responding to the emails. And of course, I need to innovate and just continue to test out different angles as we begin to scale, which is super easy to do inside of Instantly, automating it through the process that we just went through. That's pretty much how I send thousands of emails every single day and make over $150,000 a month. And the truth is that sending emails is the first step in a high converting email campaign, but to convert your clients, other aspects of your email campaign need to be rock solid as well. So if you click here, you can learn about how you can create email campaigns that will help you convert clients like crazy. I'll see you on the next one.